Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this special video series where we journey verse by verse through Surah Al-Baqarah, the longest chapter of the Quran filled with divine wisdom, guidance and life lessons. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we are covering verses 70 to 76. Verse 70, they continue asking. They said, "Call upon your Lord to make clear to us what it is. Indeed, all cows look alike to us, and indeed we, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills, will be guided." Explanation. Even after all the details already given, they still asked more questions, showing hesitation and lack of sincerity. They claimed to want clarity, but were in fact trying to avoid commitment. What this means for us: true guidance comes when we are ready to submit, not when we delay obedience through excuses. Verse 71, the cow finally defined. Moses said, he says, "It is a cow neither trained to plow the earth nor to irrigate the field, one free from fault with no spot upon her." They said, "Now you have come with the truth." So they slaughtered her, but they could hardly do it. Explanation. Only after the full description did they accept the command. Their delayed response shows the consequence of not obeying wholeheartedly. Simple tasks become hard. What this means for us: the more you resist Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command, the harder it becomes to carry it out. Verse 72, a murder uncovered. And recall when you slew a man and disputed over it, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was to bring out that which you were concealing. Explanation. This verse introduces the incident behind the cow's slaughter, a murder case where the killer was hidden. The people argued and tried to cover the truth, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended to expose it. What this means for us: Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wisdom uncovers the truth, no matter how well it's hidden. Always stand for justice. Verse 73, life from death. So we said, strike him with part of it. Thus does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring the dead to life, and He shows you His signs that you might reason. Explanation. A part of the slaughtered cow was used to strike the dead man, and by Allah's will, he came back to life and revealed the killer. This miracle was a sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's power over life and death. What this means for us: believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ability to resurrect. The one who brings life from death is fully capable of raising you too. Verse 74, hearts become hard. Then your hearts became hardened after that, being like stones or even harder. For indeed there are stones from which rivers burst forth, and there are some that split and water comes out, and there are some that fall down for fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not unaware of what you do. Explanation. Despite all the signs, their hearts became unmoved, even more stubborn than rocks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala compares them unfavorably to stones, which at least respond to divine forces. It's a warning about spiritual blindness. What this means for us: don't let your heart harden. Stay humble and receptive to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guidance. Verse 75. Do you expect they will believe? Do you covet hope that they would believe for you, while a party of them used to hear the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then distort it after they had understood it while they were knowing? Explanation. This verse is directed at the Muslims who hoped the Jews would accept Islam, but many among them knowingly altered Allah's words after understanding them, not out of ignorance but defiance. What this means for us: knowledge must lead to submission. Misusing sacred knowledge is a grave betrayal. Verse 76, deceit in faith. And when they meet those who believe, they say, "We have believed." But when they are alone with one another, they say, "Do you talk to them about what Allah has revealed to you, so they can use it against you before your Lord? Will you not reason?" Explanation. This verse exposes the hypocritical behavior of some from the people of the book. They pretended to believe when with Muslims, but behind closed doors warned each other not to share too much, fearing exposure. What this means for us: faith is not a tool for manipulation. True belief is sincere and open, not deceptive. So, if you're truly serious about your faith, make a sincere commitment. Follow this series from beginning to end, one verse at a time, one transformation at a time. Let's walk this journey together and bring the Quran into our hearts and lives. If you find this video helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others and let the reward multiply. Like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a verse, a reminder, or a chance to grow. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.